This is my 1993 Land Cruiser 70 Series Troopy. It was imported from Oman, one of the desert countries, so not lots of rust. And is left-hand drive. These are pretty rare in the US. It was actually part of a dream that I once had, but now I have to sell it. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Is this just another lame YouTuber that is going to try to convince you how hard our life is, that we have to make these videos and work on cars all the time? That is not what I'm gonna do. There's a reason part of the title of this video is Don't Talk Me Out of This. And it's because this is a really good thing. And I'm gonna show you guys why. This is my home. I call it the farm. I always get asked if I have animals or grow stuff, and the answer is I did at one point in time, but not anymore. Life got too busy. I bought it in 2012. It had been abandoned for a couple years. It had 5 feet of water in the basement, and frankly, no one wanted it. It had sat on the market for a really long time. Well, no one wanted it except me. See, I grew up in low-income housing. Before that, we moved pretty constantly, so home was never really tied to a particular place. It was more just a dinner table somewhere, full of a bunch of misfit nomads. I have always worked. I started in lawn maintenance when I was 10. I skipped college to keep working. I never really considered the option of doing work that I actually liked. I just desperately didn't want to be poor anymore. I remember when I was 18, a friend told me that I could get a job in tech support, and it paid $11 an hour. At the time, I remember thinking $11 an hour, that's like what rich people make. So I ended up in tech. Now, the truth is, I do not like tech. I never wanted to have a desk job, but frankly, I did not have a lot of options at the time, so I ended up in tech. I was willing to pay my dues at any job, whether I liked it or not, to just try to build a better future. So after 11 years in tech, that was when I found the farm. It was a ton of work. It still is a ton of work, but it was that kind of work that satisfies your soul. There's that connection between effort and outcome, which is something that unfortunately in tech jobs, they almost never give you that satisfaction. So I bought the farm. The same time that I bought the farm, I also started my family, and then I also started my own company. I left my comfortable corporate America gig and started my own tech company using my own 401k. I do not recommend doing this. Those were definitely some of the hardest times of my entire life. I did not get paid for over 2 years, and every day I was worried about making payroll. But somehow it actually worked, and we were able to build up a company with over 250 employees. We were able to create a ton of great opportunities. If you're doing the math, that was 23 years in tech. It was definitely time for something different. This gets us to June 2023, where I left tech, my last day in tech, and I started doing this. I don't know what this is still, but I did bet on myself, just like on my last business. I put a decent chunk of money into it. Betting on yourself it's kind of one of those terms that sounds kind of cocky. But if you've been through what I've been through, where you've built a company before, it's not. It's one of those things where you're mentally prepared for what you're getting into. You understand that we don't have all the answers. We're building this from scratch. I didn't even know how to do video editing when I started a YouTube channel.
Hey everybody, there was only 2 things that you could do tonight. One was to binge Netflix, and the other one was to, say, shoot a comet that's flying in the sky that only comes around every 8,000 years. Which one would you pick? We're going with the Comet. So anyhow, we're getting out there tonight. We're gonna try to shoot this thing. We have no idea what we're doing. This is most definitely probably going to end terribly, but you gotta try, right?
I didn't have a camera. The only thing I'd ever used was an iPhone. So you just jump into the thing and you fully embrace and understand how much learning it's gonna take to pull this off, how much effort it's gonna take, how much work it's going to take, because you've done it before and you know what you're getting into. The Troopy was part of a dream that hatched while I was still trapped in tech. It was a dream to build it into an expedition-style vehicle and go drive all over like South America, maybe even more. It was an appealing dream because it represented in my mind an escape. The truth is, once I got out of tech and I wasn't putting all of my energy into something that I didn't even really enjoy, I learned a few things about myself. The first thing that I learned was that I am a builder at my core. I like to build things. For some reason, I want to know how every single thing on Earth works. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with me. The other thing I learned is I like to build spaces. From being a little kid and not even necessarily having a home, learning to make home wherever you are with the people that you care about. Building spaces like this shop where people can gather, your community can come and you can work on things together and you can build stuff. That's really turned out to be something that's very important to me. That's kind of what the farm has become for my ever-growing family. What I really learned is that my satisfaction in life really comes from being useful to the community around me. It's why I can't make one of these videos without at least trying to teach something, even though I have so much to learn. So my dreams have changed. The farm, the shop, my family, these are now my dream. And I don't need an escape from them. Who knows? Maybe someday the dream will change again. I have 3 small children right now. I couldn't travel even if I wanted to. But what I can tell you is I am enjoying this. I am learning a lot. I want to get better at it. And I am so thankful for all of you that have stuck with it, that have helped make it possible. So on that note, I need to sell my Troopy. I probably need to sell my Ford right after that, and my Banderanchi, and probably even my dirt bike. And I think a lot of people are gonna ask me if I'm sad about this. Truth is, no way. Look, not a lot of people get this clear of a chance to chase a dream. And frankly, I was never gonna be a good car collector. Collecting isn't building, it's just collecting. So if I can sell these things off, I can continue to chase what we're doing right now. It's totally worth it. And in the end of it, who knows? Maybe I might actually learn how to be an okay builder. At least a better builder than collector.